How's it going, everybody? I'm going to start off by saying I do this stuff for fun. Let's bring on Bryant. What up, Bryant?
Hey man, I'm so sorry. I had my camera off and then trying to do everything.
You're good. I don't care. But
No,
yeah, I do this stuff for fun, folks. For fun. I do not get paid for this. That was some shameless self promotion you saw in the first intro video there. Jersey giveaway time. It's Saturday, 11:59 p.m. It ends. So if you don't have your email with the 3 screenshots sent to Bryant by then, and in this channel, if you're watching, there's a video. If you look at videos, you can click on that video. Look at the description. There's a link to every channel you have to subscribe to and Bryant's email. So you screenshot those and then you send it to Bryant. Just prove to him that you're subscribed. Anyway, got a whole lot of one person watching. That's cool
though. Hey, shout out to that one. You know who you are. You are number one.
Hey, we might have 2. We got Bebop. What's going on, buddy? Daniel Barry. What's good, man? But yeah, it's just interesting night. We got some people are live, some people ain't. Like right now, like Last Second Sports and RFF 49ers, those guys are all live. I don't expect to get anybody right now. Free agent frenzy, everyone's talking about it. Hey. And I know why we only got one guy watching, because I invited the other guy. What's up, Bebop?
What's up? You invite me. I'm gonna be here. Uptown, downtown, midtown.
Oh yeah,
you'll be out here.
But I mean, it's free agency, right? We're gonna talk more about this after.
Where the love comes from. Very sensible. Love comes strong. Let's get it.
Yep. But free agency. We're supposed to get this linebacker guy Kendricks, and he evidently is into pain and sorrow because he's deciding to go to the Cowboys.
Dude, come on.
That's his fault.
That was the worst news I heard all day. That was the worst news I heard all day. I was on David Lombardi earlier, and we were just like, okay, prime time linebacker, all pro. What happened within the last 14 hours?
No, we did those last time. Okay. I was just going through my search history to make sure I'm on the right number here. It's 46 to 60, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, there's quite a few guys.
I'm in a pizza joint, so.
Are you?
Yeah.
But yeah, Kendricks, I'm disappointed that he decided to, Oh yeah. That's Terry Dome. What's up, buddy? Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you. But he did. He looked at state taxes. He's probably not lying there. He'd take home more if he goes and plays in Texas, right?
I think he worked.
The thing about that, though, is chances of playing in a Super Bowl with Dak, according to my daughter, are 0. Yeah, folks, my daughter's a Cowboys fan, in case no one knew. Shout out to her mom. her whole side, her mom's whole side. Yeah. But they're realistic Cowboys fans. They don't go, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl next year. Oh, we signed this guy. We're going to the Super Bowl. Oh, we won 5 games in a row. We're going to the. They don't do that, you know. And they also don't destroy TVs and only beat them in the playoffs and send them home. So, you know. Shout out to anger problems and, you know, everyone that needs to get them solved. But so we're going to start off with number 46. And where is my pen? Right
Dude, that Kendrick's loss, I don't even know how to go about it. How do you sign somebody and not sign somebody? I don't get it.
It was he agreed to come here, and then he probably called his tax lawyer and said, "Hey, well, shout out to Pterodome for pointing that out." But he probably called his tax lawyer, and his tax lawyer said, "You know, you got the same offer."
Because everybody's making fun of them because they didn't sign nobody the whole year long. I'm upset.
Making fun of him.
I'm a little upset.
You know, I wasn't making fun of him. It's just one of those. It's kind of nice to see him sitting idle. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's the NFC East Coast. I had some friends.
The NFC least.
Eagles fan. They're very happy about that. Very happy about the Saquon leaving. But it was just like, come on, Kendricks, come on. You just signed with us. What the fuck? I didn't understand the whole, like, you can sign it with a team and then, like, back out of a deal. That's, like, very new to me.
This has happened. This happens every year. A few times. It does. It happens a few times. It actually happened to the Cowboys with Randy Gregory.
Yep. He was supposed to go.
He agreed to a contract with them, and then Denver said, "No, come here." He's like, "Okay."
Yep.
But anyway, so we're on number 46, and we're going to start with Bryant because he's right there. It's good, Bryant. You having a good night, buddy?
Did we do 46 already? Because I thought we went up to Chris Borlander.
I'm honestly wondering.
I thought we did Ahmed Brooks. I thought we went up to 55 for sure.
Taquito Spikes too. So we're at 60 to 75 then.
I believe so.
We already did 60, I'm pretty sure.
Did I go all the way to 60?
Oh.
See that's why I was asking because it's kind of hard to keep track.
No, I understand. I was hitting the chat. I was muted.
But yeah, because of Ulbrich and Derek Smith at 50. Now you see that just talking about it brings it back. You know, you'd be surprised how much stuff I do while I'm at work, folks. My days are chaos and mayhem with a little bit of burning inferno in the middle. But so we're at number 61. Hey, Dawn Dotson. She's in the chat. Good evening. Damian Lee. What up, buddy?
What's up? What's up? Big new. Appreciate the live stream. Everything you do is always prime time. So, now I feel like John Lynch is really pushing the envelope.
This could be the worst time to be streaming because of everyone, all the big content creators that are live talking about stuff.
Yeah.
It is what it is. This is my scheduled time.
It's all about us.
I'm just a little guy. I just do this for fun. I don't get paid.
Yeah.
Now, so we're at number 61. Brian.
What's up, people?
Bryant, what do you got, buddy?
It's all about us.
Yeah, huh? Number 61.
All right, so 61. Oh wow. Is it a retired number or is 60 retired?
Nope.
No.
It is not retired. 60 was.
All right, 61. Let's go with Chris Dolman.
Ooh, he was actually number 56, I believe.
Okay. Well, I give it a shot, man. Sometimes you gotta shoot for the
You did.
stars.
You did.
I was shooting from the
No
waist.
idea.
Carcass, who do you got here? Number 61.
Yeah, we gotta learn from the old heads. We gotta learn from the
Daniel
old heads.
Brunskill.
Was Brunskill? His name's not on this list. What was his number?
60, but I didn't want to take the pass, so I just gave it a shot.
Hey, that's what we're
Okay.
talking about.
Ooh.
I knew it wasn't correct. I just said something close.
Are we sure this ain't a retired number? No, it's not a retired number. I was just looking at one of the names on this list. Bebop. Former or current 49ers that have number 61.
61. God damn, this is a tough one. Very tough one.
It's a tough one.
I mean, I thought the last couple weeks were pretty tough, but 61. I don't know. That's lineman. It's more, like a tight end. I'm more in the offensive. Offensive push than the offensive
you can
line.
take a wild. You can take a wild guess. It's okay.
Well, wild guess, I say. Mm, 61.
Ooh, I got another shot.
I don't know, to be honest. It's a tough number, though. It's a glitchy number. Tough one.
Well, you can guess
I got
him.
nothing.
I mean, he's not on here, but you can guess him.
God damn.
Right?
Yeah.
Offensive
I
line.
wish it's our next All Pro. It's our next All Pro. Yeah.
Okay, well, why not? John Jay.
What his name is?
What do you got?
Let's
Number
see.
61.
Let's see, I'm wrong. Jake Brendel. That's because that name's on the top of my head for some reason.
Nope.
Is he?
I just
So
thought
it's 67.
Now, when I get down to the third to
Hey.
last, you guys are all going to smack your forehead.
Wait. Can I guess? Can we guess again real quick? Like Trent Brown, maybe, or
No.
no.
There you go. Something like that. I just see that.
Oh man, who was that one guy we had, and he played with those one guys at that 1 year.
That one guy, that 1 year, I don't know if I can accept that answer.
He was really good. He played with those guys.
Those All Pro.
We got
learn the
Dan
Super Bowl
Audick.
guys.
So we got Dan Audick, we got Tim Barnes, Joe Drake, Blake Hance, Willie Henry, Charlie Hunt, Corey Luciano.
Yeah,
That was this year.
No,
Andy Moore, Chris Patrick, Jesse Sapolo.
that's the one.
Oh wow.
He's on the wall.
That's the one that
there.
everyone should be smacking their head.
yeah,
that
I
they didn't
was
know.
in lineman.
Wow, I didn't know he wore that.
Dakota Shepley and
I was
Andrew
tight end
Tiller.
room. Well, that's tough. That's a tough one. Definitely a tough one.
It's okay. So 62. Carcass, you're going first.
62. I don't know. Man,
Dedication.
Did Sebastian Joseph Day wear that number, or did he wear 69?
Oh, that's nice.
No, he wore 69. Good guess,
60
though. Good guess. All right,
something.
Bebop. Bebop, what
62.
you got? Number 62.
62. Oh shit! This is Sebastian Joseph's day. 62. I feel like there was like some low key like lineman we didn't really give a shit about. That hit the 62 mark, but I have no idea. I have nothing. I'm sorry.
You can just guess because we have a 2 strikes you're out rule if you pass. So you just guess a name.
All right. 62. 62. I'm hitting. Damn. Who was alive during that period? I mean, I'm still kind of young. I don't know too many linemen that I like glorified, but I feel maybe we're in that jurisdiction where we should be glorifying more guards and blah, blah, blah. But I have nothing. 62 is a hard number. Sorry. I'm blank. I'm shooting blanks.
All right. John Jay, what do you got, buddy?
So I don't know if you guys remember this. When Aaron Banks was drafted, he wore 62.
It has him on the list.
Shut up, John Jay.
That one. It does. It has him on the list.
And
All
you
right.
too, man. Back to you.
Bryant, what do you got, buddy?
I wish.
I'm taking a guess. I got like 3 people I want to guess, but I'm going to say Weston Richburg.
Ooh. All right, Western Richburg.
It was a good guess, but he's not on here. Kirkhouse, we started with you, right? So
Yeah.
So we have Aaron Banks, Tony Bergstrom, Randy Cross.
Yep.
I knew it was gonna be some.
But it was for 1 year.
Random.
It was for 1 year, 1976. So this is something that, Walt Drowning, Jesse Fritz, this is 46. Andrew Gardner, that was 16. Dave Hedner, wow. Mike Magic, not Magic, Magic. Eric Magnuson, Guy McIntyre.
Guy McIntyre.
Art Michaelick. Oh, that's actually how it's spelled. Jeremy Newberry. That's one maybe we should have known.
No
Jim Powers.
Seven.
Chudo Ritchell. Ian Silverman. I remember we signed him. He was supposed to be something, but he wasn't. Bob Tonoff and Jerry Tubbs.
Yeah,
He got hurt.
Name.
Jeremy Newberry. He's the one that I should have said.
Newberry. Yeah.
He's the one that I look
knew
at like we should have known.
Somebody, but something.
Holy crap. There's a lot of people to wear number 63. And Bebop, we're starting with you. Number 63.
63. I'm going. 63. This is one of the toughest episodes we've had so far. But 63, I'm going with Burford. I'm going Burford, rookie.
Good guess. He's not there, but good guess. John Jay, what do you got?
64.
63?
63?
Yes.
Let's see.
Oh, there is a current.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if this is correct. I know I said Jake Brundle for 60. I know that he doesn't wear that.
Don
What's his
Don
what's his
Dodson just she just took the current.
does what's his name Gutierrez wear that number? Because I can't.
Gutierrez, yeah, dude.
That's my
No,
guess.
no. Hold on. Let me look because he might
You
have it
might
some
fucking
point.
have it.
Nope.
You
Nope.
might fucking have it.
It's cool. John or not John Jay. Bryant, buddy, number 63.
Ray Brown.
Oh shit. Right, come on.
You're actually close because there's a guy that was in that era. And again, we're all gonna I would even smack my head for not saying this guy's name. Carcast, who do you got?
Center Ben Garland from 2019 to 2020.
Yep, that is right, but that's not the guy I'm smacking
Sure,
my head about.
Cargas.
So we got
He's
Frank
funny.
Albert,
I love you, Cargas.
Bruno
You know,
Banducci,
Oh yeah, bro.
Terry Beeson, Monty Clark, Derek Deese. We all remember Derek Deese? The guy with the double stacked helmet. Dick Enderle. Wow. Tracy Franz, Brandon Fusco, Ben Garland, Ed Hartley, Tommy Gerald Eddy, Jim Leonard, Frank Moores, Gary Moulton, Don Parker, Rocky Rasley. That's actually a pretty good name, Rocky Rasley. Eric Scoggins, Ed Sharkley, Rick Sigler, George Visquer, Jim Wilson, and Nick Zakel. Shout out to Dawn. She got Nick Zakel.
Nick Zakel.
The guy we still haven't seen much of. It's like, Kyle, I know you're you want your guys to just know your offense like they've been here 4 years, but once they're here 4 years, the rookie contract is over. Right? Am I lying? John Jay, we're starting with you, number 64, buddy.
You're right. You're right.
64. Yeah, I don't know a lot of offensive line players. I don't know if I can say this again. Jake Brundle.
He is 64.
Oh,
Or he was. Yeah, he is 64.
Okay. I got one right.
I was actually there's defensive linemen that had this number too. Or to Bryant, number 64.
Chris Hart.
Chris Hart. Nope,
Yeah,
I don't see him on this list.
Okay.
Dang it.
No, it's okay.
Hercast. No, what was he? Was he a defensive lineman or offensive lineman?
Hart. I thought he was an offensive lineman. I can't remember. Sometimes their jerseys blend together, but I thought at one time we had somebody with a Hart on offensive line, and I want to say they were 98 to 2000s or something like that. But I could be wrong. But again,
Hercast, what do you got, buddy?
Oh, look at that.
Alex Barrett.
That looks good.
Yeah, he did in 2020. When he gets called up and someone else has the number, he's got to change it. Bebop, what do you got? Number 64.
Oh, he's muted.
Yep, he's muted. You're muted.
Jake Brundle.
Yeah.
The 64.
Ooh, that
is
was
like his rookie
actually
season,
that was
or-
guessed. That was now good guess. That was guessed by CarCast, but that still counts. We started with John
I
Jay.
feel like
We're
he
back to
was
Bryant.
64. I have no idea what he is now because we literally wanted to trade his ass out of town.
It's his current number. So David Boss.
I mean, he's still all right. He's a big boy.
So David
Big boy.
Boss, we all remember him.
David Boss.
Alex Barrett, Jake Brindell, Jim Burt, Dean Colgar, Ted Connolly, Kyle Davis, Michael Durrett, Steve Gordon, Visco Gigrich. Why is that guy's name? That guy had like 80 numbers. Parker Hall, Doug Hogland, Dale Mitchell, Mike Purcell. We all remember that defensive lineman, current free agent. Roland Putzer, Jack Reynolds, Ed Sharkley, Delary Stewart, Ralph Tam, Y.A. Tittle. I see Bryant smacking his head. Ben Wallace and Dave Wilcox. I'm honestly surprised to see Y.A. Tittle on this list, but back then I don't know if they were rules.
64. Must have been. He didn't play with it for a long time, I don't think.
Well, we're swinging it back to Bryant now on 65. Bryant, 65.
Oh, I got one.
There's a current.
I'm going to say Ray Brown.
Who?
Ray Brown.
Ray Brown. Yeah, he was 65.
Oh, shit. Damn. BC, come on.
That's the only one I could think of.
Aaron Banks.
Yep, Aaron Banks. He got CarCast got the current. Bebop.
55. Trent Brown? Probably not.
There's a Brown, but not Trent.
Close.
Good guess though. John Jay.
I'm not a fan of him because he played for Stanford. He played for us for a little bit. I don't know if this is correct. Joshua Garrett or Garnett.
Garnett.
Yeah.
And yes, it is.
Oh, wow, Stanford.
Yeah, we picked him because he was supposed to be an excellent run blocker, and he ended up just not working out. So Aaron Banks, Randy Bisler, Harry Boatswain, Jeff Briggle, Ray Brown, Tom Connolly, Darren Daniels, Jordan Davey, Joshua Garnett, Ernie Hughes, Eldred Kramer, Steve Lawson, Lawrence Pillars, Kevin Reach. Wow, that's your actual name. Doug Rogers, Tony Cardisco, Chuck Szymanski, Barry Sims. That was 2008 through 2010. I remember him. Ron Stone and Sam Young. So we're at number 66. Oh, if I can. Oh, don't do it. No. What are you doing? There we go. Hopefully it brings up the right players. It does. Messed up on me. But number 66, and we're starting with CarCast.
I don't know if it's right, but Tom Compton.
Oh, yep, Tom Compton. I don't think he's even in the league right now. Well, he might be. He might be a free agent, right?
Probably.
Bebop, number 66.
66. Wow. We got me in a stump. I'm in a stump right now.
There's a couple guys that played some games on there. Not many though.
Yeah. I'm not a big lineman fan. I'm a tight end, tight end running back type of player. If I was 66.
Yeah, 66.
I got nothing. I got literally nothing. It's a tough one. That's a tough one. Like middle of the road, middle of the pack. And our line hasn't been exactly marquee.
It's all good, little sponge. Don't forget to hit that like button, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But John Jay, what do you got? Number 66.
I'm wrong. Daniel Brunskill. I'm wrong. I just gave it a shot.
Nope. Let's see. Oh, you're good, Don. You can answer. The chat's included. You get anyone in the chat can answer if they want.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you were actually the only one to get Nick Sikel though. You gotta take credit for it, right? Bryant, number 66.
Zane Beatles.
I love that name, but no.
Okay.
Carcass, what do you got? Number 66.
66. Mike McGlinchey.
No.
Mike McGlinchey.
Maybe.
Did Mr.
Yes.
McChoke slammed where? Nope. All right, so we're at I was just thinking, where are we here?
We are at number 66.
And we started with Bebop, right?
I answered. And then I think Carcass answered.
John Jay answered too. So we're at
Is this
67
66
now.
or 67? Because we already did.
We're at 66.
I thought we already did 66.
Now
But, yeah, 66.
Yeah.
But Dan Burke, Mark Cochran, Elmer Collette, Tom Compton, Jesse Davis, Kevin Gogan, Eric Heitman. That guy was with us for 7 years. Tyrone Hobson, Ernie Hughes, Carl Kammerer, wow, Alan Kennedy, Marcus Martin. That was that center that Trent Baalke drafted. It didn't work out. Johnny Miller, Bob Nelson, Bart Oates, Limbo Parks, Bob Piccione, Terry Tosk, Ted Vincent, David Wilkins, Roy Williams, and John Winterborn. Keep in mind, folks, this is all time. So if you haven't heard of them, they're probably from the 50s. Now we're going to number 67. We started with Bebop, so we're at John Jay. Loading. Okay, John Jay, number 67. Bebop's out. He's got to eat.
Do you guys remember what's his name? Justin School? That player?
I do. Justin School.
Yeah.
Got schooled.
Yeah, he did get schooled. I remember we were saying that too.
Yeah, that's
Brian.
my answer.
Oh man, now we're kind of. Well, let's see. So it was you, and then it would flip up to Bryant, and then do I have to rearrange things here?
Just flip. Carcass.
I just got to flip those two. There we go. Oh, there he is. He's back. Trouble is back. And hey, everything's right back to what the way it was. No, these two are anyway. So now we're at Bryant, number 67, buddy.
Steven Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. It's a hard name to say, but I don't see it on there.
Okay.
Bebop, number 67. Are you muted?
Yeah,
you're muted, buddy. Oh, still muted.
Oh, yeah. Gutierrez. He's the big fuck. Sorry for my friend.
He's not on there. But John Jay, did we start with you?
Yeah, you guys started with me.
Big bastard.
Carcast, did you go?
For 67?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, man, I should have picked you before I picked Bebop, but it's cool. What do you got?
I don't know if it's right, but Jalen Moore.
Oh, nice podcast.
He's not on the list, but there is a guy you're gonna be like,
I didn't know
man.
he's on the roster, but that's a good call. That's just not right.
So we got Anthony Clement, Chris Dolman. That's not that's one of the guys. We have Nick Furr, Roy Foster, Daniel Kilgore. That's another guy we should remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pete Kugler, Dwayne Ledford, John McAuliffe, Walt Rock, Billy Shields, Roy Singleton, Justin School, and John Watson. Actually, yeah, that's all right. So we're at number 68, and now I'm all messed up with who goes first. But there's only 4 of you, so it's Bryant. Mathematically wise.
All right, number 68. Trent Brown.
I'm into the water. Jeez,
I don't remember what number he was, honestly. Oh, dang it. You said one name that was accurate earlier. But no. Oh, there is a current.
No, I know a player.
We lost Bebop again, so I'm just gonna go like Carcast. 68.
Mike Person.
Yes, that was actually 2018 and 19.
That was pretty recent.
John Jay.
I know his name was called for a different number, but I can't think of anybody. So Ben Garland.
You guys are probably going to smack your head because we have a current.
Yep.
Okay, so we have John Avers, Zane Beatles. That's the one, Bryant, you said earlier. Zane Beatles. Dave Culte, Leonard Davis, Jeff Hart, Tim Long, Colton McKivitz.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I know, right? Bob Monson, Howard Mudd, Rob Murphy, Lon Patella, Michael Person, Mike Rain, Bebop's back, Adam Snyder, and John Sutro. Get Bebop back in here, see how I have to arrange everything. Oh, that's the way it was. That's the way it was. Bebop, you got a guess for number 68?
I got 69. I ain't got shit for 68.
Well, I don't see a name. I don't see a name ain't got shit on there. So I think we're good. So
69,
we'll move on.
I got McGlinchey. 69. Let's fucking go.
Let's
He
go.
got paid.
It's actually CarCast. It's actually CarCast turn to start here. Oh wow. Wow, there was a guy this year too that had that number.
Sorry.
You're
I
good.
got excited about the number.
We should just retire the number and give it to McGlinchey. Put it up there in the rafters. Farewell. You did us well.
with a picture of
Notre Dame.
the Mika Parsons choke slam in the playoffs, but him like sideways going down.
No, we got a Notre Dame. There's a lot of Irish folk around here. So we have the Irish bars and McGlinchey.
We're on number 69.
Low key, he's kind of big out around here.
So CarCast to start number 69. CarCast.
I already said this player, Sebastian Joseph Day.
Yep, he was this year. For what, 4 games, whatever we had. And Bebop said Mike McGlinchey. I'm going to give him a point for that. John Jay, what do you got?
Colton McKivitz.
Oh, nope. The guy he replaced, but. And Bryant, number 69.
Joe Staley.
Oh,
no.
94.
He's coming up at some point. But we have Bruce Colley, Bob Hanta, Sebastian Joseph Day, Kyle Kozer, Tony McDonald, Mike McGlinchey, Rod Milstead. Milstead, that was the 90s team.
Yeah.
Tom Neville, Phil Otrowski, Woody Peoples. Is that an actual? Yeah, that's an actual name, Woody Peoples. Jerry Smith and Tony Ragg. That is an interesting name, the Tony Peoples. We have a retired number, folks. There are 2 players in franchise history that have had this number. And Bebop, no pressure, buddy. You're starting with 70, and you have 2 players to choose from. If you want to just take a wild guess, you're more than welcome to.
I'm going with Spencer Burford. All right.
That was a nice guess.
I might get this one.
That was a nice guess.
Oh,
he's not one of the 2 guys, though. All right, John Jay.
So you said there's like retired players?
It's a retired number. 2 players in history have had it.
70.
Well, I don't know, but I know this player is retired. He played with us, I think, 1 season, maybe 2. Larry Allen.
Ooh, that's a good guess, but no, that's a good guess.
Yeah, John Jay.
Good guess. All right, Bryant. Bryant. Now this was like a month ago. We did that stream. I want to see how good his memory is here.
It's not that good. It's not that good. But there's only so many players. Charlie Kruger, and I am not that good. I am not.
That's the guy that the reason it's retired is Charlie Kruger.
Now I gotta tell everybody, I kind of am cheating because I have pictures all over my room of players. So sometimes I can't call out Captain Obvious. Like I gotta put it over here with a bunch of people. But Charlie Krieger, we did do the
That's why we
video.
love you. That's why we love you.
All right, CarCast. You got. There's one. We're down to one player.
I don't know. Jordan Willis.
Nope.
No.
So we have Tony Doms and the reason it's retired, Charlie Kruger, 1959 to 1973.
Cool. Damn. I knew it had to be something old school.
I don't mind those retired numbers because they ain't got 20 names to freaking.
Right?
All right, we started with Bebop. We're starting with John Jay. What do you got for number 71?
Oh, Trent Williams.
Shut up, fool.
I'm sorry. That's just the
Jesus, Jesus.
That's the obvious.
Hey, it's former or current. You can use either. Brian.
Hopefully,
Brian.
lifer. Hopefully, he's the lifer.
I'm gonna guess because I think John said it. Yeah, I think it's Larry Allen.
And yes.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
He's on there.
Yeah. No way.
We're on a roll. CarCast. What do you got? Number 71.
Damn.
71.
Yeah.
Alfredo Gutierrez. I don't know. That's a
No,
wild
that's a
guess.
I think
good
just
It's a good guess, but he's not on here, unfortunately.
All right.
Bebop, what do you got? Number 71.
71. We had another tackle. Forget what his name is.
Oh wait, I just missed a good one. That beat
He
out.
was the opposite of Joe Staley, I think. But I'm not sure. He's a big, tall fucker. That's all I got. But he's a big, tall fucker.
Well, big, tall effer is not on the name list, but good guess.
I know. I can see his face. I can see his face in my head, but I don't know what his name is. It starts with a B. His last name is with a B.
But so we have Larry Allen, Brian Bollinger, Jeff Bucky, Quentin Dial. I remember him. He was a defensive lineman that played for us for like one season. Keith Fawnhorst, Dennis Johnson, Cedric Killings. That's an interesting name. Verl Lillywhite, Charles Mann. Remember that guy? 94 team, Super Bowl team. He was only with us for 1 year. Jonathan Martin, Eric Pierce, Albert Reese, Ed Robnett, Chris Rumman, Corey Smith, John Theos, and I remember that was an offensive lineman, Trent Bulkey. Shout out to him. Melvin Williams, Trent Williams, and Troy Wilson. It was the offensive lineman that fell to us because he was injured, if I remember right. That's why I said shout out to Trent Bulkey. That freaking guy. All right, so who started it last time? Is it Bebop's turn to start?
Probably.
Bebop's turn to start. Should we give him a minute to come on back? He's walking around, so I don't know if might be better off just listening to us on your phone there, Bebop, and having you some fun, buddy. So we're going to start with John Jay. John Jay, number 72.
Spencer Burford.
Oh, nope. He's I was looking to maybe you were like during training camp his rookie season, but he didn't. All right, we got to swing back up to Bryant. Bryant, number 72.
62. Wow. No, 72,
72.
right?
72. That's a fact, Crazy Juice. That's a fact.
Wow.
Mhm.
All right. John Candy.
Oh. Nope, the comedian did not play for the 49ers in his career, but that's a good guess. That's a good guess. He is offensive lineman size, yes.
A big guy. What was his name?
John Candy? But
He
so
had a
Carcast, we're
B
on
for his
you. We're
last
on you, and
name.
then we're going to Bebop.
I think I remember this guy. I forgot his first name, but No Maleni, something like that.
Larry Nominelli.
Yeah, I think
Nominelli.
that's. Yeah,
His number's retired, and it's not 72.
No.
That guy, he played both sides of the ball, if I remember right.
Huge.
Bebop, what do you got? Andy was like wasn't he a Pro Bowler or All Pro on both sides of the
Joe
ball? I think he was.
Staley? 72? Everybody already said that? I don't know. It jumped out.
Nope, he wasn't. But you're cool. Well,
Hey,
it started
close.
with you. You
Close.
made it back in time to get in on it.
No.
So you're good.
There's this one big old, like, block-headed lineman that we had for a while. Man, I don't know what his name is. But he was up there with, like, a John Runyon. Like, he's a big fuck. And I'm like, I can't figure out what his name was, but I can picture his whole family, his whole, you know what I mean? This guy,
Yeah, he had a cool dog. I remember the dog.
Right, he's a big fuck. He's bigger than Joe Staley, to be honest. But I forget what his name is.
72.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm just looking at something on Twitter.
Something happened in free agency?
Shout out. No, I'm just looking at something to Twitter. Shout out to Peachy. That's a fact. Some people are content with just making it to a Super Bowl. We're 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
You win Super Bowls. Not making it there isn't good enough.
She's on Wayne Breezy.
Anyway. Yeah, Wayne Breezy would say the same thing. Shout out to him. Mm-hmm. But so we're finished with 72. Everyone went, right?
Yep.
No,
so
Pat.
We're on 73.
Aaron Boone. I don't know what his number was, but that's the guy I'm talking about.
I remember that guy. I remember
Aaron Boone.
So we have Chidi Ahanato. That was 2003. Oliver Barnett, Bill Buck, Jamie Brown, Ken Bungarda, Ray Collins, Leon Donahue, Cleveland Elam, Bill Hirschman, Charles Johnson, Kyle Kozier, Frank Pollock. That name actually sounds familiar. Norm Stanley, Jeff Stover, Mark Thomas, and Reuben Vaughn. No real notable number 72, so. Now we're on 73. We're a couple away from talking 49ers football, so let's get to it, right?
Is 73 a retired number?
It's not a retired number. And I will. Yes, it is. I'm not going to give a clue out. And we were supposed to start with you, Bebop.
You started with me. You started with me.
I know. But we're going to start with Bryant, but we'll start let's see. We'll start 70. Well, I might end up starting 75 with you. But we're starting with Bryant, number 73. Bryant, what do you got?
Is Larry Nominelli?
Yep. That is the retired guy.
He's the man. And shout out to Carcast as well for remembering, because that's the man.
Yes, he did though. He played both sides of the ball. Was I believe an All Pro on both sides of the ball too. So he was a football player.
I think he was like 6'9", and I think they called him the geek on the team, but I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and watch that again. He was huge.
Yeah, he was a huge guy he was ahead of his time when it comes to size. But Carcast, what do you got? Number 73. There are 6 guys to choose from.
73. I'm just gonna give it a shot. Damn. 73. Lakin Tomlinson.
Nope. Come on, Korey, guys.
That was a good guess, but no. Bebop, what do you got? Number 73.
73. I have he said what did Carcass just say? Lakin Thomason?
Yes.
I'm going Spencer Burford early.
Man,
Am I wrong?
Keep guessing that name though. Keep guessing that name.
God damn.
John Jay, what do you got? Number 73.
Nick Sakale. I know I'm wrong. What's the name
Oh,
of
that
it?
actually might be right.
So now that we're done, the last person to wear number 73 was 1969.
All right.
And it starts with Hardy Brown in 1951. Ned Matthews in 46 and 47. This is all 19. David McCormick, 1966.
Right there, Bebop.
Bebop.
Right there, Bebop.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just can't believe. I can't believe that it's been that long.
Leo Nominelli.
My whole body, it can't believe it.
Leo Nominelli. I think we keep saying his name wrong. 1952 to 1963, the reason the 49ers retired number 73. Lance Olson, 1968 and 69. And Dick Renfro in 1946. Now, this next one, there's
about 70, 80 years.
Number 74, there's a current. And you know what? Should I just start this one with Bebop, guys? What do you think? Yeah, why not? He did miss the start. He missed the start. So, Bebop, we're starting number 74 with you.
74. I'm going Joe Staley.
Oh.
Right? It's easy. It's an easy one.
Yes, he is. He is.
The big schnoz. The big schnozzes we look over after each other.
John Jay?
Oh, it's my turn?
Yes.
I was watching the football life of Bill Walsh. Fred Dean. They talked about him during the football life.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Come on, Fred Dean. Talking your shit, John Jay. Let's go.
Shout out to
Bryant.
Yeah. Those are the two names that would come to mind. The other guy, Eddie Murphy.
There's a current. Eddie Murphy's not on here. Carcast.
Spencer Burford.
Yep, Spencer Burford.
Wow.
That's what I was hoping you guessed that there, Bebop, but you got Joe Staley.
Yeah,
So
Joe Staley, that's my dude, bro. I don't know where is he from? Michigan State? I forget where he's from.
But Spencer Burford, Lou Cordeleone, Fred Dean, Earl Edwards, Dave Floor, Stan Hinman, Lynn Massini, Clark Miller, Joe Perry. Joe Perry, wasn't that $1 Million Backfield? Ken Roski, Henry Schmidt, Joe Staley, Bob Tunoff, Steve Wallace, and Jimmy Webb. No. You know what? I was incorrect earlier, folks. Derek Deese wasn't the guy with the double helmet. That was Steve Wallace.
Hmm.
Do you remember that guy? He had a helmet on, but then it looked like he had a helmet glued on his helmet. Do you remember that guy?
I do not. I do not.
Man, I'm gonna have to
I'm a 88 baby.
I have to do this.
You're gonna have to do it. Make a thumbnail out of it. Or
you ain't lying.
That's a good idea, though.
But we're about to do number 75. First, I'm trying to find a picture with that helmet. Something that's not necessarily going to get me in trouble. Oh wow, that is a battle tested picture of that helmet. No, I want to show it full screen. I do. I want to go full screen with it. How do I go full screen with it? Oh. Why isn't it letting me sign into Twitter? That sucks. It's not letting me sign into Twitter. Okay, let me see if I can roll this down a little bit. And I can get in my all right, folks, this is not sponsored. Where am I? This is not sponsored. I'm going to say that right now. I have to show a picture of Steve Wallace's double helmet because I think it's awesome. Okay. I think his double helmet is freaking awesome. I don't care what anyone says. There it is. See the double helmet? See the helmet glued on the helmet?
That is the new football helmet right there.
You know, he never had concussion issues. So
wow. It's like a Darth Vader helmet.
But yes, that is Steve Wallace. And yes, Crazy Juice, we're gonna do number 75, and then we're talking football.
That's like a Vader helmet. It is. It's like
there was a picture. I should have, if it would have let me go full screen with it, I would have showed you the one where his outer helmet actually was busted up a little bit.
Oh wow!
But we're going 75, and I messed. Let's see. I believe everyone's gone first an equal amount of times except for CarCast, I think. So CarCast, why not? Number 75.
Lakin Tomlinson.
Yep, Lakin Tomlinson.
CarCast.
Bebop, number 75.
Bebop's a hater.
No.
All love. Yeah, it's all love.
I'm out here. It's cold. CarCast is the GOAT.
Yep. You too, Bebop.
What's up, Anshul? How's it going, buddy?
Niner
But
Media.
what you got, Bebop, number 75?
75? I said Aaron Boone. I think that's what his fucking number was. And I really liked him before. And I think I'm always going to like him. He was something that with a little coaching, he could have gone a little bit further than what we did.
It was Alex Boone, but it's the same player. I know
Alex
exactly who you're talking about.
Talking about
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Big fucker.
Yeah. He was our right guard.
Yeah.
But John Jay, number 75. Who do you got?
He was one of my favorites.
Shout out to this player in that Packers game in the divisional round, Jordan Willis.
That's the 2022. That's the year he blocked that punt. And Hufanga picked it up and ran it in.
Oh, he forever enshrined.
Bryant, number 75.
George Costanza.
What from Seinfeld?
He's not on the list. He probably would have got like broken half like the first game. But so we have James Atkins, Alex Balducci. Oh, there goes Kirkcast. East Coast Wi-Fi, folks. It's biased. We have Forrest Blue, Alex Boone, Clyde Brock, Al Carapella, Jerome Davis, Kevin Fagan, 87 through 93. I kind of vaguely remember him. Jim Flanagan, Ed Gallagher, John Hardy, Ed Hinkey, Jonas Jennings. That was the worst offensive line contract we've ever signed.
Damn.
Matt Kennelly, John Millikus, Jim Norton, Frank Pollock. You were with us for a few years there. Matt Pryor. That was this year, Matt Pryor. Lincoln Tomlinson, Ted Vinson, and Jordan Willis.
I hope we keep him. He's a big fucker. Just like the Alex Boone. They're like 6'6", 6'5".
Kevin Fagan.
300 plus. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I like big line.
I'm actually going to look him up real fast before we start talking 49er football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially Alex Boone. Oh, man. Alex Boone.
So he's 36 right now. 6'7", 330. He was huge.
Dude, it's a fucking pillar. You ain't getting around him.
He was a big boy. Played for a few teams. But so 49er football. What are you guys thinking about what we've done so far? There's a lot of people.
Eric Kendricks. What happened to Eric Kendricks? I'm kind of mad about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm kind of like pissed off.
Nah, let him go. Let him walk.
Like, I was happy this morning.
Here. He doesn't want to play here. He don't need to come here. You know, he wants to go.
He's old. He's old. I second guessed it.
Well, he still would have been a good stopgap until we get Greenlaw back.
Yeah.
I say let him go. And then when you see where he goes, it's kind of funny. It's like he's going to Dallas, so it's even funnier. You know, it's like, okay, you want to go there where you make it to the playoffs and that's all you do, or you go 8-9 or 9-8 every season. That's what you want to do. Okay.
He's 32 years old. So like he doesn't have much left to, you know what I mean? We could have brought a lot out of him, but like if any other team, he's probably gonna retire within the next 2 or 3 years. Easy.
So Crazy Juice brings up a positive. Malik Collins. Now this guy actually he did have 18 quarterback hits and 5 sacks last year.
That's funny.
And that's true. He did. He wants to go to Cancun early. That's why he signed with the Cowboys. He knows they're not making a deep playoff run. He knows this. You can't say he's dumb because number one, he pays less taxes, and number two, he gets to go on vacation early.
That's too funny. That's
you don't have to play. So our D line though. You know how we missed Omenahu last year because he was kind of a dirty work guy. You know, same thing with Jordan Willis. He was also a dirty. You got to have the dirty work, folks. You got to have that mid-tier NFL defensive lineman that's capable and not afraid to do the dirty work, right? Shout out to the guy at my work that's cleaning bathrooms for a month because he needed to be teaching you humility.
Oh yeah.
Yes. This actually happened. My new boss. I love my new boss. Okay, he's awesome. But so at this point, we signed a dirty work guy. We got 2 dirty work guys. Jordan Elliott. He's a dirty work guy. Doesn't put up big flashy numbers, but he's 6'2", 303 pounds. You know, so it seems like the Niners are going in a different direction when it comes to linemen. They're not going for the tall guys. They want the short, kind of bowling ball style, you know, interior defensive lineman, right? But he's the dirty work guy. He's the guy that was taking on 2 blockers. He's the guy that wouldn't let the guard or center by him to get to the linebacker so the linebacker can hit the running back. He's the dirty work guy that we need in the middle there. Same thing with Collins. He does the dirty and the pretty. So I'm glad we have both those interior linemen. I honestly feel even with Armstead leaving, which Armstead's a class act, great humanitarian. You know, I wish he would have retired a 49er, but he's, you know, could still happen, right? Could still happen. Yeah, Terror Dome. I like me dirty work guys, you know. And that's another guy on the outside, the Gross Matos guy. He's also a dirty work guy. He can set the edge, play the run. You know, he's hopefully going to be good for anywhere from 4 to 6 sacks. He gets a lot of pressures, you know, but he's an edge, so he's taller. I think he's 6'6". Oh, there goes Bebop again. It's that East Coast or, you know, Eastern United States Wi-Fi, folks. It's biased. It knows we're a 49ers channel, so, you know, it likes to kick our friends out. But so he's another dirty work guy, though. He can set the edge. He can rush the quarterback. He fits into what Omenahu used to do. He can flip to the inside when we're going with the NASCAR. I like to call it the Corvette package. You know, we have 3 ends in there rushing the passer. He can play inside, outside. He's perfect. He's perfect for our system.
I like the Floyd. I like the Floyd pickup. He was a
dude.
Hybrid. He can be that
Floyd
outside linebacker. If
he's not the biggest guy.
Chase is standing up. Chase is standing up not half of the time. I don't want to say he was standing up half the time. But he was standing up most of the times. And they didn't know whether he was going to be, you know, was going to bring our defense to a 3-4 or 4-3, or we were blitzing the safety at the same time. Like, we were dangerous. So I think, like, just having that Floyd being on the outside, just like an Aldon Smith, you didn't really know what was coming. So I'm excited. I think John Lynch and I don't want to say Adam Peters, but I want to say John Lynch is he's hitting it out the park so far, and I'm excited. I think the whole, you know, all of us should be really like inclined to be positive about what we're doing, because John Lynch is just making move after move after move, and it's just like,
and it's good moves. It's good moves. We didn't have depth last year, man.
Go ahead,
we had what our starting 4 defensive linemen, and the rest were like, eh. Then we got Chase Young and Randy Gregory, and we had Cleveland Farrell. At that point, we had 4 pretty good edges, but Chase Young didn't really produce like we expected him to. Randy Gregory was doing pretty good. I honestly wouldn't mind bringing him back, but that depends on the price, and, if he's willing to sign for a lower number to come back to us, then all right, we could be loaded up on edges, right? But
teamwork makes the dream work.
At this point, like Greg Floyd, like Leonard Floyd, not Greg Floyd, Leonard Floyd, he is 6'3", 240. He's not the biggest guy, but he's able to set the edge. He's good for anywhere from 9 to 10.5 sacks. We haven't had that on the opposite side of Bosa since D Ford, right?
Yeah.
So
he's like a top 12 like pass rusher the whole year long. So it's like, I think John Lynch is like, hey, Jet. He's in Jed's like, he's not in his back pocket, but I feel like he's in the back of his ear, like telling Jed, hey, it's now or never, And I don't like think of it like that, but like we have to think of it like that.
I think there's that mentality. It is now or never, but then they are not willing to just give up on tomorrow or, the next day or next week. So I don't think they want to overspend, even as much as we want to see them go and get everybody that they potentially can. I think what everybody should be happy with, like what you're saying, is the people that they did bring in this time have had really good wages. The price that we've gotten these guys at seem to be very, comfortable for what we're going to get. And what happened with Armstead, I think, is just really what everybody's really upset with, because there's the money that's going to be dead cap hit. We could have traded him. He could come back. There's a lot of, would use. But for right now, them going after the players that they've gotten. The other thing is no one's happy that they didn't go after offensive players yet, like offensive linemen. That maybe they'll do that in the draft. But right now, like you just said, Bebop, Lynch is definitely doing a good job. I would have liked to see him go get like Mac or Bosa. I would really like to see Mac. And the Mac makes sense to me because we tried to get him back when he was in Oakland, and the Raiders wouldn't trade with us. They traded him to Chicago. So like that's we've wanted Mac on our team for a very long time. It's not going to happen now. I think he restructured with the Chargers or re-signed or however that works out. But Bosa still can come, and that'd be interesting. But like David said, how many defensive edges are we going to have? And how many interior linemen are we going to have? But it does seem like we have a problem in San Francisco.
Chase Young for a Joey Bosa. I don't know.
It does seem like we have a problem.
I feel we can make it happen.
Yeah, I do too. It does seem that we have a problem keeping guys healthy. And that's the only other thing is maybe that's why we're going after so many defensive linemen right now or edges, because they get hurt so quick. But just I don't know. I don't think we've made any really bad moves yet.
We haven't. And if Kendricks would have signed, then all the pieces would have fallen into place because we would have had our stopgap in case, Greenlaw can't make it back the next upcoming season, right? Now it's kind of, why were they going after the older guy? They're not going signing a younger guy to 2 years. Do they have faith in D Winters and Jalen Graham?
Who did we just sign from San Diego? Number 6.
He went to the Dallas Cowboys.
That was who went to. Okay.
He ended up going to the Dallas Cowboys.
That's who went. Okay, gotcha.
So Payne's are always a glutton for self-punishment. You can say whatever you want.
32 years old, and I feel like we have to keep.
But what about our linebacker?
We have to get younger.
We just signed the linebacker.
No, that was him. That was him, Kendricks. He went to Dallas. He's not coming there.
I thought we signed somebody else this morning too. I'll pull it up right now.
Please.
It was Kendrick.
I'm super busy at work and can't pay attention to everything. I try.
No, I thought we here. I'll pull it up.
Our Twitter group is hopping. I'll say that.
So, what's that guy? Gross Matos that we got from Carolina.
Yes, Gross Matos.
So apparently, everyone's been asking me, why is he a linebacker? So apparently, I think in Carolina that they misused him and they used him, but he's an edge rusher. Because I was wondering why he was listed as a linebacker.
I think they ran a 3-4. Brian Burns was like a defensive end.
Yeah.
And then they had like a nose tackle and then another big guy, defensive tackle / defensive end. And then that's why he was listed as a linebacker. Mm-hmm. I've had people telling me, oh, he's a linebacker. He's listed as a – don't care what he's listed at. He's 6'6", 265 pounds. How many linebackers do you see that big running around? You know, he's an edge. In our system, he's an edge. He's that's what he does. That's what he's going to do, right?
Yeah, because I read an article.
What do you think about all this, John Jay, about what the moves John Lynch has made, buddy? What do you think?
Yeah, so I read an article that I don't know when Gross Matos was that the Niners wanted him so badly, but another team picked him up. But back to the question of how, what the Niners have been doing. I really like what they're doing. They are adding depth to, because like when free agency started, when the domino started to fall down, of course the Niners mutually couldn't get a deal done with Armstead, so they were going to let him go. And then Kinlaw was picked up by the Jets, so we didn't have too much depth. So they added depth with Jordan Elliott and the Houston guy. And both of them apparently, I'm not a big fan of PFF, but their run blocking is at the top of PFF. So, and our run game was bad last year. And what's his name? Leonard Floyd, even though he's 32, he'll be 32 when the season starts. He's still a good player. Like he's been consistent. He's never had a drop off, never had a serious injury. I'm scared what Kasura can do with him. So I like what we've done. I know it's not flashy. I know all the big names, but I like what they've done. I'm glad. I trust the process.
Yeah, Floyd was who I was thinking of, and we signed somebody else as well. But doesn't Floyd play linebacker?
He did for the Rams, but so, he was also good for. He was also good for like 10-ish sacks over there. So he was kind of a pass rushing, right?
Yeah. So even if we put him out there as a linebacker, we got Fred doing, Fred stuff, and then we put him out there, that would be just another really, I guess, a fifth or another defensive edge coming off. But that's kind of like having like a safety blitzing or a corner blitzing too. But if we would have got Mac would have been doing the same thing basically too, standing back as a linebacker and blitzing from the edge. So I don't know. They signed Oda.
Yeah, so
hopefully Floyd stays around. Then we have like our new better Oren Burks. I think Oren Burks should get like cut. My personal feelings about that.
Oren Burks is a free agent.
Right? Yeah. I think he should.
I'm currently looking at 49ers news to see if there's anything new.
Even before we picked him up, he was a middle linebacker from Green Bay. He wasn't an outside linebacker, even though his tackling.
And he was a special teams ace, though. That's the thing. He was special teams ace, and he was our third linebacker this year, right?
You're a special teams ace, but between the pylons, is he gonna do that same special teams and most people don't. So it was like always just like a up in the air with Steve Wilkes and his whole play calling, and I felt like he was just a secondary for Fred Warner, and he shouldn't have been played outside linebacker at all. Even though his tackling was like half decent, but yeah, it was just like suspect. So when we brought in this Eric Kendricks, I was like a little hopeful, not too much, obviously. Look what happened, but
That was 18 hours ago. Is there anything?
Yeah, we still have the best linebacker duo in the league. So.
Why does everybody have us drafting a corner?
What?
Kool-Aid.
I'm just reading this thing. Oh, the Niners should draft this corner.
Oh, it's an article. Okay.
Wait. I mean, is corner really a priority? What do you guys actually think here? In my opinion, it's not. Because we have Lenore, and Lenore can play nickel or outside.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ward. He's an all-pro.
Mm-hmm.
We have currently Mr. Inconsistent Ambry Thomas, who he's actually a good special temer. Then we have Womack, and
George
Luter
Odom.
Jr.
We just signed up George Odom.
That's another special teamer. But Womack and Luter Jr., who joined us really late in the season, and at that point, you know how Kyle is. If someone's joining us late and he's not a superstar, there's not really a spot for him. That's what he said about Danny Gray, our best gunner of 2022, right, on special teams. So those guys joined us late enough to the point where everyone already had their job, and there was what did they do? They played special teams, right? Luter Jr. actually ran down a guy that was looking like he was about to run it back for a touchdown on us, right? And ran him down from behind. So he has speed, he has size. And Womack, whenever we see him on the field, he flashes, though. Womack flashes.
He's a safety. He's like
so
really the
way I'm looking at it is, we have 5 corners on the roster. So is corner a high priority? They didn't sign one in free agency, right? And whenever we draft a guy, typically what happens? They don't, unless they're far above the rest of the competition, they ain't starting, or if someone gets injured, right? So it's like, why draft a corner in round 1? We're not going to see him anytime soon. Like, if it's an offensive lineman, maybe he'll see the field. It depends on if his NFL body's ready. Like they drafted Aaron Banks, he didn't have his NFL body, right? So, but there are players at schools like Georgia, which I'm not necessarily a fan of that tackle. I like that J.C. Latham guy. And then, there's that guy from Oklahoma, Guyton. A lot of people have us connected to both those guys, but they don't have a lot of experience in college. That's my problem with them. I want a guy, if we're drafting an offensive lineman, let's get a guy that started for 3 years. A guy that has his NFL body and can step in right now.
Well,
but, it's all a question, right? Like Bryant, I'll let you go. But it's all a question. Will Kyle actually let him play, right? All right, Bryant, what you got?
I absolutely think it is a must-draft corner. The reason you have to take a corner this draft, because how many times is somebody like Kool-Aid McKinnister going to come through? This is a game-changing player. This is a player that's going to really just show everybody, like, remember Dion? Well, you have Kool-Aid. And with somebody like Kool-Aid, you know he's going to sell jerseys. He doesn't have to start right away. He can sit, he can mature. Right now, if you sign a corner, you don't have to worry about paying them a big amount of money for the next couple of years. So you don't have, and you're going to get a really good one. So he will be starting next year. He won't be starting this year, but in the next 3 to 5 years, 3 to 4 years, you're going to have a good player, and then you'll have his 5th-year option to say, hey, we want to retain you, or you can go to free agency. So for me right now, if best player available is corner, you absolutely have to take Kool-Aid.
I think it's the same thing with Mooney Ward. I think what was our biggest challenge before, our 2019 to 2020 season was our cornerbacks. And as soon as we, put that into function and we figured out that was our biggest need, like, what is AP Mooney? You know what I mean? So, and then we had to get like a defensive coordinator to actually like put that into fruition. But now that we have Sorensen, he's he's a defensive back through and through. So, like, he's been there for the last 6-7 years. So, I think, yeah, I think everything's looking up for us. With the adjustment game.
Now, the way I look at it is it really depends. Like, we have no idea what the 49ers are going to do. Let's be honest. Are they going to trade up and take an offensive tackle? Are they going to just sit at 31 and see who falls to them? Are they, if they end up with Guyton or Mims, they're not playing this next season. Yeah. Because they just don't have a lot of college experience under their belts. Yeah, they played against tough competition, but they don't. If Kool-Aid sometimes makes it down there,
But I don't even know who Kool-Aid is.
I don't have a problem drafting him, but does Kool-Aid say, "Oh yeah"?
Who's Kool-Aid? Who's Kool-Aid? I didn't know who's Kool-Aid. I'm stupid. I'm like,
he plays for Alabama.
Alabama, right? Cornerback.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Bebop, you remember those old Kool-Aid commercials where the the pitcher would say, "Oh yeah"? That's
damn right. Damn right.
Oh yeah.
That's like my MO.
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
We truly just have no idea what the 49ers are going to do in the draft.
But
we definitely see the direction they're heading in free agency.
Just like we picked up, the cornerback from Kansas City. We weren't really 100% sure what was going to happen. Charvarius Ward, and he ended up just being like the top, literally lockdown fucking cornerback of the whole league. Like, even 2 years prior or 2 years after the fact that we thought that he would be done. So it's all about John Lynch, and I feel like he knows where players where they're gonna end up and how they're gonna eventually mold into some kind of essence of a full team. That how much money has he really brought to most of these players that he's got a hold of.
Yep.
Everybody's gotten
Like,
paid.
10 million. Look, dude. If we would have signed Daniil Hunter, we're looking at 30
Even
million a
McGlinchey
season.
got paid.
You know what I'm saying? 30 million a season. We have literally 4 defensive linemen for around that price. And the one thing we were top heavy 2023. You know, we were top heavy. We had Bosa, Hargrave, Armstead, and like Chase Young, you know, and Randy Gregory, and then Cleveland Farrell, yeah, you know, but Chase Young didn't do enough to impress me. Randy Gregory, he was out there playing, but you know, he wasn't a world beater either.
To begin with. He got a couple sacks to begin with, and then it just turned to
just kind of, and you know,
same
Drake
thing
Jackson,
as
the
rest of our defense.
Where he go, right?
So
and at this point, our defensive ends are Nick Bosa. We have Leonard Floyd. We have Yetur Gross-Matos. We have Drake Jackson, and we have Robert Bill Jr., who actually had a good. I honestly wish they would have played him more snaps in the Super Bowl because he was getting in that backfield, you know, and he was doing it in a way where if Patrick Mahomes was going to try to run out, he could have snagged him, you know. So I was impressed with what I saw from Robert Bill Jr. I hope he sees more, you know, snaps this upcoming season, right? But those are the 5 guys we have under contract that are notable. We have some other guys, but they're camp bodies and practice squad players, right? But last year we had the top tier class guys and then everybody else. So it was kind of like we were top heavy. You know, we didn't have the middle tier, like our offensive line depth. What we have? We had Matt Pryor and John Feliciano. And pretty much that was it. You know, you had Jalen Moore, but I think he filled in for one game for a while for Trent, and he did okay, but he's not going to stop speed rushers. He's, you know, goes up against a guy like TJ Watt. He's going to get out, you know. So it's like, you know, hopefully they're starting to look at offensive line getting the, you know, the middle class of the NFL. In 2022, we had a deep team. We had a lot of guys, you know, defensive ends, defensive tackles. We had a lot of middle class guys, and even offensive line. We had some guys that were like, you know, pretty good. But then now we're like, we have our 5 starters. Nick Zakel. I think they signed Barcher, the practice squad guy, back.
Yep.
But and that's it. You know, like it might be time, and maybe that's what they're going to do in the draft. Maybe they're going to address the offensive line depth in the draft. They're going to draft some young players with some high upside, and you know, Kyle's not. I guarantee you, we probably already have our 5 starting offensive linemen on the roster. You know,
Yeah.
Because Kyle's not going to start any offensive lineman he drafts unless they're like J.C. Latham. If they draft J.C. Latham, the dude's really good. He will probably start at right tackle, and then they'll slide McKivitz into guard, which McKivitz has played guard. And I honestly think he would benefit from moving inside the guard because he had an issue with the speed rushers he was going up against on the edge, right? Everybody else, like you try going through him, it ain't happening. But you try going around him, he kind of had an issue. You know, I like McKivitz. I actually think he performed admirably for, you know, what he is, right? And you move him to guard, though. You move him into right guard, he's going to benefit from that move. And you know, it's an upgrade at the position. I would love to see some offensive line help come in. I would love to see some offensive line help come in. It might be the second wave of free agency, like when we got Feliciano and Pryor, right? But I mean, what do you think, Brad? What do you want to see out of the rest of free agency? I know we got the backup kicker. I don't even know his name. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you told me that, and I haven't found him, so I'm gonna have to look too, because I was, while we're talking, trying to figure out who we all signed so far, and it's not giving me a full detailed list just yet. So for right now, if we could get an offensive lineman, but it looks like all the decent offensive linemen out there are really expensive, and they're not as good as But I mean, that's the whole thing too. It's like you look at a car and you're like, oh, well, it's a used car, right? Well, you still got to think that used car has put some miles on it. It's been dependable. It's done this, or maybe it's broke down. But maybe you get it and you treat it a little bit better and you get more out of it, right? So that's kind of like a player too. Maybe you get a player and they had some problems on one team, but they come to your system and they play better. I think a lot of the problems we had with defense this year is people didn't really buy into what they were telling them to do. And I don't know, like I heard it today, people were talking and they said, they didn't believe the team believed in what they were being coached to do. And because they've already been there before, they're like, we know what to do. And then they give up on plays. And it did seem like a whole lot this year we had problems tackling. And I know Armstead was out and we had some other players that were out, but some of the players that we had let go from, the last preseason, free agency, were our tacklers. So this year, I would like to see whoever they're bringing in is somebody who can tackle. I didn't see the players that we had last year, the year before. There was always like somebody going towards the ball, somebody attacking, right? And if they weren't there, you had somebody else. Well, this time it looked like when that first guy missed, there was somebody like looking around and they're like, okay, well, somebody else is going to get it. I did my job. And that's, even though it was good enough to get us to the Super Bowl, because we have good enough players that did their job, it just always seemed like somebody was just like, well, somebody else would get it. And it didn't seem like they were hungry enough. So I guess maybe it comes down to them having maybe an attitude with, maybe the coaching staff or maybe themselves, but you can buy in and then still not be completely bought in, if that makes sense.
That does. Kenny, we're talking about offensive linemen right now, tackles and stuff. But yes, Oliver, he did. He actually played the run really good. He just couldn't cover, my mom. And she's had 2 knee replacements. I'm just.
Hey,
he signed with the Jets.
Hey, Frank Gore did too, and he signed with the Jets too. Hey, so is that where Armstead's going? You think he goes to the Jets?
I am totally clueless. I honestly wonder if he's going to go to Houston, the Texans.
Yeah.
Because they were talking to us about trading at first for Armstead, but then they decided to back out because they know that we're just going to cut him. And we're like, oh, that's cool. You don't have to do that. But guess what? We're going to offer you, a draft pick. We're going to offer you a snack size open half-eaten bag of chips for this defensive tackle that's really going to help us this next season. And they said yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, John Lynch, he pulls off some trades. It's like, where did that come from?
Mm-hmm. It's really really cool about our team is this year we were very, very good. And there was moments in the game where you could see if they made this decision, in hindsight looking bad, but there's moments in the game you can pinpoint that's the moment we lost the game. That's the moment. It wasn't like a bunch of mistakes throughout the whole game or anything like that. It was like key moments. the interception in Minnesota that didn't happen. Where they scored the big touchdown right before halftime. That cost us the game. Or maybe you could say it was the CMC fumble in that game. But there was only a couple of mistakes that's been like, nail biters. And then like Oliver, I think in the Bengals game, I think it was Oliver, there was a play. It looked like it was a fumble, interception, it was stripped or something like that. And then they said it wasn't a catch. And I think he was the one covering that guy. And I think that's just really horrible because sometimes like, yeah, the guy's got to have it for so long, but it looks like the guy had it to me and he made a football move. Yeah, I disagree with the call on the field, but I guess I could digress too.
Well, Oliver, he got burned by like a bunch of receivers we can't name because we don't know their names. They're slot receivers, and he just wasn't. Maybe he could have worked better on the outside, but either way, they chose to bench him and bring in Ambry Thomas, and it's just what they chose. Our defense took off after that happened. They actually started playing really good football for a minute, but it wasn't 2022 style though, right? Okay, I want to see the entire season. Thank you. But I'm actually I'm remembering Puka Nacua burning Oliver.
Yeah, that's a game week 2, man. That was just a bad. Everybody was just giving up so much cushion to the wide receivers, like 8 yards a pop. And how do you stop an offense when your defense is letting them give up 8 yards a chunk? Or I guess the other team is taking it, right? They're just taking 8 yards every time.
Ooh, yeah. Puka Nacua had 15 receptions for 147 yards in that game. He was their slot guy, and Oliver was our slot corner. So, nickel.
Yeah, he broke some records in that game. That was I want to say like a rookie record he broke, and
yes,
he's gonna be a thorn in our side for as long as they have him. And Jake Bobo, shout out to the Seahawks. They got Jake Bobo. I think they let him. No, they still got him. He's a rookie.
They do still got him. They offered him in a trade when we were on our mock draft simulator.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was funny. I was like,
"That's right." I was
telling Brian about that.
Yeah, let's take him. I remember. Hey, some players, they're just good players, and you just can see it, you can feel it. And
so this year we have Kool-Aid from Alabama, but there was another player who had a very, very just like Kool-Aid, a very interesting name. His name was Smoke Monday, and a lot of 49er fans wanted him. I wanted him. So, like, say we're playing the Rams, and he intercepts the Rams. Oh, you just got smoked by Smoke Monday. So.
I wanted Boogie Nights. He was a wide receiver.
Shout out to Kenny 49er Culp. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. You'll see his farewell to Isaiah Oliver.
Yeah, that'll be funny. Not funny. It'll be good. It'll be done very well.
Yeah, but yeah, he could tackle. He could play the run. He just couldn't cover. Well, in our system, maybe it was our system.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see next year when he's. Hold on, he signed with the Jets. They run the same system.
Yep.
It makes sense.
I guess we'll find out if we were the reason he broke. What do you have, Brian?
Well, I was going to say, with all the people we lost last year, and then the way the players were, like Pittsburgh, we played really well, but that was just kind of a different formula on that game too. And then the following week, we give up such the coverage, and our players really did take a step back, and that's when they really stopped tackling. Even though we went on that 5-0 win streak, we were you seen it firsthand. We both did, and they were giving up just too much coverage. And then after we lost in Cleveland and Minnesota, we lost with the Bengals. They made an adjustment. And it wasn't the addition of bringing in Chase Young. I don't think that's why we, stomped the Jaguars the way we did. But guys, they had some heart to heart in that locker room because they weren't tackling. Just like I said a couple of minutes ago, one person would hit him, and then they were thinking, okay, the next guy's got him, and instead of them getting him down, and then when they did miss, they had somebody there to help. They didn't have anybody there to help this time. It was like
Hufunga was the guy that cleaned up a lot of those messes. When we lost him, all the missed tackles were like highlighted,
Jimmy Ward and then Akello, they both and then He-Man, they all tackled, and we let them all go, and then it's like, who's doing the dirty work after that?
Right. You remember the draft last year where like all kinds of people were talking about Smoke Monday because of his name?
Mm-hmm.
He's in the CFL. Shout out to Crazy Juice.
Oh, wow. Well, John just brought him up. So that's really, wow. Wow. Yeah, I wanted Boogie Nights. There was a wide receiver from Ohio, and his name was Boogie Nights. I thought he'd sell jerseys.
So how do we know old Kool-Aid is, actually going to be good? Is he green, red, purple?
He's wearing red for sure. So I would say cherry. Well, that depends on who you ask, right? Because we were trying to determine that the other night. Is it cherry or is it red? Is it purple or is it grape? Don't get me started on orange.
Wolf, what's up, buddy? Shout out to Wolf Life Wild. He's our guy. Niner Gang Wolfcast. One of these days we'll do a show.
Yeah.
You never know.
We'll get him back on the channel here soon. He always pops in. Great guy.
But, we still have a few days of free agency left. League year starts Saturday. That's when all the restructures. And is it Saturday?
Friday.
Is it Friday? I don't know. It starts here shortly. And that's when all the restructures and everything else will be done. Oh, Beto. Okay. Nope, he did it right. Shout out to Beto, Niner Sickness. I thought he had Kendricks on his thumbnail. Good thing he doesn't, But it's like if you don't want to come here, just don't come here. I wouldn't want someone that doesn't want to work where I work working with me. That would suck for me.
Well, let me ask you this. And not really to name names of players or anything like that, but like to say a player gets paid a certain amount and then to really hate because he gets paid that much is really silly, because they can go get paid somewhere else and get have the same production or have a better career somewhere else. But the money factor, take that all out of the situation. We don't pay anything. It's not us paying, okay? They're going to get paid what? So like Sam Darnold, he was making $5 million, $7 million for last year.
I think it was 7 with incentives, but he only ended up getting like 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah, because like Jason was saying on the show the other day, he didn't hit all the incentives because Brock Purdy played so much. So he goes, where does he go, guys? You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this.
Minnesota.
So you know how much he's getting in Minnesota?
$10 million.
Yep.
10 million. So is anybody mad that he's in Minnesota making 10 million? I mean, like it's like players are gonna get paid. So we've had some restructures. Juice Chuck took a restructuring. Fred Warner took a restructuring. They've tried to talk to Debo about taking a restructuring. Armstead, we know he was talked to. They went ahead and he left. There's only so many players you can restructure, and there's only so much money you can work in between. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think.
So have we officially released Armstead yet? I don't think we have we?
I believe today we did.
Well, Debo. I had someone text me that Debo was mad about Armstead not. It's like, okay, take a pay cut to $1 million and pay Armstead.
Well, I believe they officially released him today. They could have let him go, but not have released him and waited until like June, I believe. And then there would have been something different that would have happened with the cap, the amount of money that we got hit. But I think we did him a solid and we let him go early so he can sign with another team. Because the Niners have done that in the past, like eat the money.
Remember, there's more to it. There's more to it than that. Because if we would have released him post June 1st, we save 18 million. But now we're taking a dead cap hit for 2 years, right? So this year we're taking the whole dead cap hit. There should be zero.
Well, I think the way they did it is they're eating all of it this year, and we're not going to have to pay for it next year. Like
that's right.
That's it. Right. We're just going to eat it.
So there's a good reason why we're doing it. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you can free up some money and get some." Oh, okay, but then that money's not there next year to get someone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like to hear it. And maybe B ain't gonna like to do it either. But I think they're gonna make him play this year at his contract, and next year they're gonna offer him a bag and say, "Do you like this?" But then we'll have to deal with everybody else too because he'll become a free agent. But he's going to get 14 million this season. So I mean, that's not. I think he's asking for 25 because everybody else got 23 and 24.
Well, so now. I think he's going to be asking for 27, 28. But we probably won't see, if they do it early, it frees up. Like if they do it in the next day or so before the league year starts, it actually frees up 8 million. Remember Jason Hurley telling us that for this season. And I mean, next season, he said we had 40 plus million in cap space.
Yep.
So, when it comes to signing Brandon Ayuk, there's absolutely no problem with doing it now or before the season starts. A lot of people think, oh, you can't pay two guys $25 million. We can because we have this quarterback named Brock Purdy who's currently cheap but going to be getting expensive. Not even this upcoming season or the season after. It would be the season after that. So we're talking 24-25. In the year 2026, Brock Purdy's going to get expensive. Mm-hmm. But that's also when a few of these contracts, guys are going to be aging out, retiring, and a few of these contracts are, expire. So when it comes down to it, the timing of everything, Prague Marthe's actually worked everything out where we're not in trouble. We're not like the Rams where they have to let their whole team go and go 6-11 or whatever they did. We're not in that position. We're in a position where we can bring the middle class of the NFL back, which is something John Lynch is doing right now. And, and I honestly think the guys we got, a lot of them pillars of health. We're heading in a different direction. They're not signing the Jason Verrett. They're signing guys that are known to not miss games and be on the field and be productive, right? And that's just a different direction for the team. And I honestly like to see it, And they signed all these guys to 2-year contracts too, if you didn't notice that.
Well, that's the thing is like the people that left, we let them leave because they wanted more than a 2-year contract. They wanted more than a 1-year contract. Chase Young came for a 1-year deal, and he's looking for he's looking for something more than that. Same thing with Kinlaw. Kinlaw's leaving because we're not willing to offer him a 2 to 3 year deal. The guys that have come, we've offered them 2-year deals. So it's really smart on our parts, even though it's like we got a shorter time limit. We're not paying as high of a premium. The one linebacker, I think he was asking for, and I think he got 30 million. Or the defensive end, you got 30 million. I want to say Hunter, and we end up getting 2 or 3 players for $10 million. So it's trust the process for sure.
Hold on a second. You guys talk about the stipulation in Bosa's contract that he keeps his salary at 1.1 million this year. I didn't see anything about that. I know his cap hit's way bigger than that. And
Well,
yes, I think he did. I think he did. He was walking with his phone and talking to people, so I had to meet the poor guy. I don't know if he's still with us. He may have passed out because of his pizza was so good. You know. Oh, here we go. I have to pay Bosa $15 million. Huh. Well, I'm not the contract expert. I'm not a lawyer or an agent, so we'll see what happens there. I was actually going to look at something. Who were we just talking about?
We might have to talk about this on Friday, but yeah, because Kenny has knowledge as well, and everybody has a
Tune in for the Friday night show, folks. We start over on Brian's channel. You know, obviously we have some topics, and I'm sure Kenny would love to talk about them. I would love to talk about them too. So would Brian. And then we'll take it over to my channel, and my channel is Hypothetical Question Night. So all you folks that are in the chat, be ready to answer some weird questions. And Brian and Kenny, I hope you guys bring some weird questions with you.
Well, to give everybody a little preview on the Friday night show, we will be having a good friend of mine, Aaron Jones, a huge Packer fan. He's a musician. He is in a band. He lives all over the country. He's a family man. I've grown up with him. He's truly my brother. And yeah, really looking forward to having him on. So we'll have him on for a little while, and I'm still lining up the other guests. And if we don't, then we might have him, and maybe that'll be it. And then we'll just mosey over to your show. So
Sweet. Yeah, hypothetical question night, folks. So that actually ought to be interesting.
Nice.
You have to keep it interesting, you know.
Gotta keep it interesting.
But yeah, it's almost time to get out of here. But you know, before let's see, I've already done the shameless self promotion at the beginning, right at the beginning. So all the people that view my show for 7 minutes, they're going to see it. That's off my analytics, folks. It's kind of sad, you know. I wish people would actually watch the whole show. Maybe one day I'll get what I want, right?
Hey, you know what? For right now, we just hope everybody, and I know you want it, and I know you want it, but we just want everybody to, you know, enjoy the show. Thank you for subscribing and watching.
Yeah.
And if you want to enter a cool contest like what David's talking about, we have this cool 49er jersey. And maybe one day we'll have somebody different, but there's not been a whole lot of people, and that is an official. I'm not going to pull it out of the bag. Go and watch one of our other videos and check it out. We've pulled it out a couple times, but
yes, there's a video on Brian and my channel, and my channel video. It has the links. Well, I think Brian did the same thing. It has the links to all 3 channels you need to subscribe to, and then you have to screenshot the proof that you're subscribed to those 3 channels and email it to my man, you know, and hey, I still have it. There's Bryant's email. That's what you got to do, folks. You got to subscribe to Bryant Culp, David McNiner. That's this guy right here. And Korey Davis with a K, Korey Davis.
Yeah.
And you will see, you will see this guy on that channel if you look. I actually do. I do have a video of him, and I need to find and make a clip where he's telling everyone, "Hey, this is a football channel." So when we get off topic, I can just play that clip.
Hello, it is time to start the show, and I'm going to get started right after this.
But yes, go subscribe, folks. I need to take the banner down so you can actually see, because it has a channel name on that, doesn't it?
Hello, it is time to start the show, and I'm going to get started right after this.
As you can see, folks, he was a true faithful. He's a good friend. I miss him so much. I love Korey.
Mhm.
But Korey Davis with a K, folks. Korey Davis with a K. And again, get entered, because you can't win if you don't play.
Yep.
Screenshot the fact that you're subscribed to the 3 channels and email it to my man Brian. And you're entered in. You have to be in by 3/16/2024 at 11:59 p.m. So 11:59 and 30 seconds does count, folks.
Mhm.
It does.
Hey, we just want you to enter because there's a good chance you could win. It's not been a lot of people to jump in. It's a lot of fun. And we want to give it to a 49er fan who's going to appreciate it, because it is authentic. And it is, if you're a big fan of him, or if you're just a big 49er fan, but we really want it to go to somebody who's going to appreciate it. So thank you very much.
And with that, I'm going to hit the sack because I got to go to work early in the morning. Everybody has a fantastic night.
Yep.
And as Korey Davis would say, go Niners and F all 31 other teams.
Facts.
Good luck.